thegearnetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fatman.
So, Sleazy.
Holy shit. We're actually taping a show about shows again?
Yeah, but these shows happened about a month ago, and then we're going to take a hiatus because someone has a hermaphroditic porn addiction again.
So I relapse, so what? Well, let's talk about that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fatman.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Blue Smock Nancy, they're awesome. They let us use that wonderful song, Unsettling Differences. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify. You know how many years we've been doing that, and I still haven't gotten around to taping that part?
Texas, amount of years.
With a $sign in front of it.
Yep.
So tonight we're going to talk about, Fyter Fest. I was going to say Fight for the Fallen again. So off air, we were just talking about that, but it's Fyter Fest and we're the Great American Bash. They're both 2-night events. And frankly speaking, we're going to Wednesday night skirmish it.
Yeah, we did say, because Sleazy didn't watch them, that the next show will cover them, and we're actually keeping a promise?
No, don't do that.
But we're going to wait on that. And we're going to do news and rumors first, because we haven't done a news and rumors segment in a while. And I came across this one, and I laughed my ass off.
This segment brought to you by... But hang on, I'm putting over the product. This segment brought to you by Raisinets. Raisinets for all your raisinetting needs.
Goddamn, you fat fuck.
I just ate dinner, too.
Always try to steal my fucking gimmicks. Anyway, so we're starting with news and rumors. We're going to go ass backwards because we do what we want.
Of course.
So I came across this. We're doing them live, guys, because we had 2 weeks, and of course we don't prepare. So
yeah.
So Sleazy, the amount of people that want to go to AEW is going to shock you.
Really?
Okay, but this is why I'm laughing my ass off. According to Wrestling Observer Radio, or Fuck Dave Meltzer, a large number of WWE superstars, then in parentheses and then in quotation marks, virtually all have reached out to competitor AEW in some fashion to inquire about a future at that company. The reports say that AEW is obviously not interested in bringing in all former WWE talents. You mean literally all WWE talents if virtually all of them reached out to AEW, but speculation on certain ones was made as to how much they could potentially be offered if they decided to depart WWE. Not as much as WWE. The update also notes that one superstar who has remained completely loyal to WWE and not contacted AEW is former World and Universal Champion Roman Reigns, who has been absent from TV since April due to concerns of COVID-19. Top AEW superstar Chris Jericho recently spoke about Reigns being an elite worker on an episode of his live streams he does every Saturday night,
called the Mark Cast.
Virtually all WWE superstars have contacted AEW about a future in AEW. How much cum has fucking Dave Meltzer swallowed from Kenny Omega's cock, the Young Bucks cocks, and fucking Cody's cock? Seriously. Virtually every single WWE superstar, bull to the fucking shit. Fuck Dave Meltzer. I'm shooting already at the top of the show, and I shot the whole shooted the whole last show.
Shotted?
Shooted? Shooted?
I'm
It's not
sure.
shat, because that would be past that's for shit. It doesn't matter. How fucking idiotic is this?
Now I'm trying to. So I had heard. I didn't hear Meltzer's the actual news, which is hilarious, but I did hear somebody outright say that is completely and utterly bullshit.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman was one, but I'm somebody who was.
He called him Dork Marksler. Dork Marksler. That's stupid. Marksler I like.
Marksler's fine, but Dork? Really?
Dork Marksler would get more fake news.
Yeah, that is so stupid on so many levels. I mean it. I mean, what the fuck are you thinking? Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, dude, Dave Meltzer is just full of fucking the Elite's comments. Not even funny. Not even fucking funny.
Well, here's the worst part about that. Well, the worst part about that is the fact that you're basically saying to guys who are under contract with WWE, who could potentially have a clause in their contract that says you can't, talk with other major promotions, and basically saying, we were actually talking to all of them.
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that?
That's flaw number one. Flaw number two is just because the owner's dad, AEW's owner's dad, makes more money than Vince McMahon, doesn't mean he's going to pay more money than Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that's why Planet Energy didn't do much.
I guarantee you AEW has a budget that is less than WWE's budget.
Yeah.
WWE just got $2 billion.
Yeah, but ratings don't matter, Or ratings do matter.
WWE is more profitable now than they have ever been, but, ratings are down.
Yeah, ratings are down, and it's all because of Drew McIntyre.
Yep, all. It's 100%.
It's 100% him. It has nothing to do with a COVID crisis and, the fact that there's no fans and blah, 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 blah.
That is a great transition for the next news.
Wow. It's like we knew what we were doing here.
Kevin Dunn spoke with Sports Illustrated because WWE is moving from the Performance Center to the Amway Center in Orlando through the end of October.
Okay.
That's the big arena in Orlando. So this is what Kevin Dunn says. It's a little lengthy, but I'll get through it.
Okay.
When people think, that's what he says, quote, when people think of WWE, most think of the spectacle that we are, but it was just impossible to put a spectacle in the Performance Center. Moving to Amway and unveiling the Thunderdome, that's what they're going to call it.
Oh, God.
The opportunities are limitless. We can now do things production-wise that we can never do elsewhere. We're flying drones in the arena. We're putting a roof inside the Amway Center. And we'll be able to project content onto the roof. So when a big star like Drew McIntyre comes down to the ring, the whole arena will turn into his content with lasers, pyro, smoke, projections on top of the building and on the floor. It will be a big, beautiful entrance, better than WrestleMania. Like the NBA, we're doing virtual fans. But we're also creating an arena-type atmosphere. We won't have a flat board. The NBA uses like a flat LED board.
Okay.
We'll have rows and rows and rows of fans. We'll have almost 1,000 LED boards, and we'll recreate the arena experience we're used to seeing with WWE. The atmosphere will be night and day from the Performance Center. This is going to let us have a WrestleMania-level production value, and that's what our audience expects from us. We're also going to put arena audio into the broadcast, similar to baseball, but our audio will be mixed with the virtual fans. So when fans start chanting, we'll hear them. We start on this coming Friday on SmackDown, and it will be a learning experience. We'll have 2 days of testing, and we're going to practice like hell. Then we're off to the races. We may have fans for certain entrances standing up and cheering for the typical baby faces, but someone like Bray Wyatt, who is so character driven, the entire Amway Arena will be one big fiendom. That's our opportunity to be different from sports, where we can present these larger-than-life characters uniquely. This will be great for people watching at home across the globe, as well as others participating. As well as the ones participating, the wrestlers.
It's an interesting idea, but it seemed, and I don't know how long the COVID crisis is going to last. Obviously, nobody knows. But if we're doing this 5 months from now, or if we're not doing this 5 months from now, is that really a good use of money? Or does it even not matter?
We just said that they got $2 billion, bro.
Yeah.
Or maybe the entrance won't be the same, and they'll use the LED boards from the entrance wrap to do that. Who knows? They could have already had it, you know.
That's true. They may have already purchased it for They may have purchased it for last year's WrestleMania, or last year's. Holy shit! It was like 4 months ago, but it already feels like last year.
Yeah.
But they could have already purchased the LED boards for a different reason for Raymond James Stadium, and obviously they can't use them.
Right.
So I guess, yeah, it may not be as much as I think.
Right.
Who the fuck is selling Shadowcat merchandise? Go fuck him.
Random?
I know, sorry. Fuck Shadowcat. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, fuck Shadowcat. We don't say that enough either. Fuck Shadowcat and fuck Dave Meltzer. Do you think, once you see it, do you think that will change your perspective on it? Because I know you're kind of iffy about the empty arena shows.
I have to see it to believe it. I've seen like one MLB matchup, and I wasn't a huge fan, but I'm not a huge fan of baseball in the sense of...
They're doing totally differently. What MLB is doing is they're literally putting MLB the show and pretty much recreating that. So that I hate. That's fucking stupid.
It's not. It
looks
good.
So fake, and it's just like, that's stupid. And only Fox is doing it. So
right.
I don't like that.
Well, I hope it doesn't look like that. Let me just put it that way. If it doesn't look like that, there's a chance that it might be good. I think that what they're doing now is the closest we're going to get to actual fans in the arena for a while. So anything that can add to that experience, you can't lose. But if you're going to replace it with that, I'm not so sure.
Oh, if they're able to get fans in the arena, they'll get fans in the arena.
Yeah, but still, they're putting workers in there. I'm just saying that.
You think so?
Well, workers and friends and family.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe I was just going to ask, like, what if there's just one fucking fan who's all like, "Here's my ass," right on TV or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So you might be right on that.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic on something that's new and different.
Gotcha. Philip Thomas II was arrested in an attempt to kidnap and abduct WWE wrestler Sonya Deville. He remains in custody at the Hillsborough Jail in Florida. He's been charged with multiple offenses: aggravated stalking, armed burglary of a dwelling, attempted armed kidnapping, and criminal mischief. On Thursday, there will be Jesus Christ, I can't fucking read tonight. There will be a pre-trial hearing to determine if Thomas should be allowed to post bail and be released until his case goes to trial. Which it shouldn't. or if he should remain incarcerated without bail. The 24-year-old man from South Carolina has reportedly been planning his abduction for months, if not years, and has been stalking the wrestler on social media as well.
So, number one, the first few are felony charges. The last one, criminal mischief. Really? You just wanted to jam that one in just in case? Second of all, I've seen some of the posts he was making towards Daria. And, okay, first of all, Daria is the first openly gay female wrestler on WWE programming. She's not playing on the same team as you. Or rather, she is playing on the same team as you. But what are you doing? This is not, of all the people you've chosen, she is the one that's least going to be receptive of you. Second of all, holy shit, the shit that they found on him was very disturbing. Mm-hmm. He was really ready to go. And to say that he isn't going to be, if he's going to be held without bail is an obvious, only an idiot judge would allow him to have bail because he is absolutely a danger, to Daria. And honestly, he's going to be sitting in jail for years.
Oh, yeah. He should not get bail, and yeah, I agree.
So. You fucking Mark. I got one for you. Guess who's running head of creative right now in Ring of Honor?
Is it supposed to be Marty Scurll?
Not right now.
Ring of Honor's running shows?
Yes, they are. Well, surprise, Ring of Honor's running shows, and Delirious is booking them now.
Again?
Yes, because they're kind of soured on Marty because of the whole speaking out movement. So they're not finished dealing with what they're dealing with. So that'll be interesting to see how that all runs out. But right now, Delirious is booking the minimum Ring of Honor shows that are coming up.
I didn't even know Ring of Honor was running shows.
And another piece of Ring of Honor, more history, John Xavier passed away recently. He was the second ever Ring of Honor champion. And obviously he was very well known around up in Philly and this area. So condolences go out to his family, of course.
Absolutely. AEW superstar, former world champion Chris Jericho spoke about Eric Bischoff's Dynamite surprise being spoiled on last night's Saturday night. It's his stream he does every Saturday night. The Demo God revealed that AEW knows who leaked the Eric Bischoff information, and he said is an NXT reject who will no longer be working for AEW.
Okay. Who gives a fuck? I really don't give a shit.
Who cares?
First of all, I didn't give a fuck that Eazy-E was on there, other than, oh, cool, Eazy-E's on there. He brought nothing to the segment that he was a part of, and it was just a show off of, hey, look who we can get. How do you want to be a little bit more WCW, you guys? Jesus Christ. You know, whatever. And honestly, I didn't hear that Bischoff was going to be on before
I didn't either.
The episode happened. So whatever, you know, fuck off. I'm not usually a huge fan of Bash and Jericho because, you know, he's really, you know, iconic wrestler and stuff. And usually what he says is pretty right on, but come on, you guys. He's working himself into a shoot.
again, another shot that AEW took. He says that, I'm reading more through this, he says that it was an NXT spy also. Like, yeah, they're going to spy, they're going to spoil that Eric Bischoff is like, oh my God, you believe Eric Bischoff was on AEW? Who cares? He's not under contract with WWE anymore. He hasn't been for over a year. It doesn't matter. AEW can fucking sign him. What's the big fucking deal? Fuck off.
No one gives a fuck. Or really, legitimately, no one gives a fuck.
Nope. Oh, you just heard a cat meow. It's my new kitty.
Yeah, you have multiple cats now? What the hell?
Well, my grandpa passed away, and I said I take his cat. She's my shadow. Everywhere I go, she has to go.
Oh.
Apparently, Bree Priestley was released by AEW, as well as Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc's not surprising because of the Speak Out movement, but Bree Priestley kind of was.
Yeah. And it was kind of sudden, too. It was all of a sudden, I'm gone. See ya.
Meow, meow, meow. You got to be quiet. I'm taping. I know you. She's a snuggle bug. She loves to get petted and loves to cuddle. So she's like, pet me, bitch.
Okay, so what's this gimmick about? Where was it? I just lost it. Oh, Dream's back.
Who?
Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
And so many people have been kind of out there bashing the fact that he's back. And the same thing with Sammy.
Sammy Guevara?
Yeah. It's like...
Well, WWE knows how to do their due diligence.
Right.
So I would assume that they looked into it and they didn't find anything.
Yeah, and that's basically what Triple H said.
And with Sammy, he admitted he said something bad in the past, went to counseling, now he's back.
Yeah. Issue solved.
Yeah.
Well, not issue solved, but you know what I mean. It's stupid. There's the reality. It's just stupid. But is there anything else? Jericho?
Ethan, nothing about Jericho, no. But Ethan Page's contract is reportedly set to expire on December 31st.
AEW bound.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Actually, I don't think he'll go until Josh's also expires, because I think his expires later. But I would see the two of them together going to AEW.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
They had a 1 year long plus run as Impact Tag Champs,
which should not have ended, in my opinion.
True, yeah, but the reality is that eventually you have to get it off of them, and
right.
But that also cements their legacy as a great tag team in this era. So of course AEW is going to pick them both up.
Right.
In the meantime, he'll book Barry Wrestling and what is it? Barry Wrestling? No. What the hell is
this? Was on August 13th. Johnny Gargano injured in a scary spot during match. Johnny Gargano was wrestling Ridge Holland.
Yeah, I don't know either.
In a match where the winner qualifies and advances to compete in the NXT North American Championship 5-way ladder match, and during the match versus Scott occurred, Gargano was dropped right on his head during the match, which caused the match to be stopped dead in its tracks for several minutes while personnel, including Triple H and Shawn Michaels, came to check on him. Eventually, the decision was made to allow Gargano to complete the match, which is scheduled to air as part, which will air, I guess, on Wednesday.
Which I never watched, so I don't know.
Immediately after the match was finished, Gargano was again checked on personnel. He also reportedly apologized to those in attendance during the taping.
What? You get hurt, okay? You don't have to fucking...
It's, according to fuck Dave Meltzer, it is unlikely that WWE will air that spot, which makes sense.
Hasn't been the first time that they've
No.
cut out a spot like that.
No.
But New Japan canceled the show.
Did they?
Yeah. The Summer Struggle Tour, Night 11, they did... they found that one of them had a fever, one of the workers had a fever, and then they just cut the show. They said, nope, we're not doing it. See ya. Which, that's good. That is what it should happen. So, but,
right.
anything else? I'm looking too while you're doing this.
Yeah. W Star teases important announcement. Oh, Ember Moon. I don't know. I didn't.
Oh, it was nothing. It was like a sponsorship deal.
All right. Because I'm like,
not to say that it wasn't a big deal in her mind, but
right.
In terms of actual wrestling news, it didn't matter anything.
Yeah.
Well, this is an interesting one. As noted before, WWE's furloughed employees from April were originally told that they would be back the end of July and then August before the company informed them that all of this was not going to happen. According to fuck Dave Meltzer, this caused significant widespread unhappiness. It says widespread happiness, but that's bullshit. Amongst those furloughed, and which would number almost 250 full-time non-wrestlers, which the company was reported it saved them $51.6 million. Most of the producers who were responsible for the matches at house shows and live events assumed they were done till those shows returned with an audience, but for all office staff, they were expected to be back this summer. The unhappiness primarily stems from the fact that WWE extended furloughs just 7 days before the quarter 2 results, in which they knew they'd be setting record profits.
So WWE is setting record profits during a pandemic?
Yes. And also keeping a bunch of people who had jobs with them on furlough without money. Oops.
They got to do what they got to do. It's still a business. So, I mean, they probably thought by the end of it would be over by this.
I'm not. Okay. I'm not shitting on them per se, but it's their own damn fault if they lose a bunch of employees that are back of house employees to other big promotions because they decided not to give them a few $100 a week, on the side effectively, even though they're, you're talking about 250 employees.
Yeah.
And
I get that. And it's sad, but this pandemic proves one thing. Oh, more than one thing. But if you can, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it tells you how useless some people are to their jobs compared to other people. You know what I'm trying to word it to where, like, if you can do a job with 5 people, why are you paying 20 people to do it? You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but
so
also keep this in mind. Giving them $1,500 a week for 6 months. Let's just say 6 months. All 250 employees. That's $9 million.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you double it to cover everything else
and
involved.
We just said they had a $2 billion TV deal. Yep, I get it. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand completely. It's shitty, but I'm just trying to rationalize it for the people listening, saying if 5 people can do the job, why are you paying 20? So I see it very fair. I say it both ways. So like,
oh, absolutely. I think the problem ends up being that from an optics standpoint, you actually lose more.
Oh yeah, from optics, yeah. Chris Jericho says WWE or AEW beat WWE in key demos, but WWE beat Raw in key demos. But yet WWE still had more viewers, so who cares?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who cares?
Are we going to keep going on about ratings? Don't mean a goddamn fucking thing.
Who cares?
Are we done? Are we done with this fucking ratings bullshit?
WWE is in talks with current free agent and former ROH television champion Jeff Cobb as a future talent with the company. The Resport, Jesus fucking Christ, Matt, or Fatman.
Holy shit.
Gimmick name. The report specifies that Cobb was courted by many promotions in this time, but never received any contract offers from Impact Wrestling. He'll be wrestling in the main event of this week's New Japan Strong show against Kenta, which is a New Japan Cup USA semifinal.
Right.
Cobb was briefly appeared in AEW back in February, where he competed a short program against Jon Moxley.
I think there's some real.
There it is. There it is. ROH returning to Maryland this month for new TV. Okay, there it is. I'm just.
You got there.
Yeah.
I'm
Darby Allin got divorced.
Yeah, well.
Why?
Two tiny things. I don't want to say tiny things, but things that are old enough that most people pretty much know this that happened now is Kamala died.
Yes.
That was very, very sad. He spent a lot of his last years without, he was a big time diabetic, lost both his legs to diabetes. His life was very hard coming up to the end. I know a lot of people raised a bunch of money to try and help him out, but at the end of the day, it was just pretty terrible. And the other thing is, WWE Network has indie shows on it now, finally.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Like ICW shows, and I think there's WXW.
Kind of. Because when I went on there Saturday, one of those days, it had a new screen that said Independence, and it was like, look at Matt Riddle's best matches in Evolve. Like, look at there weren't like actual shows. It was more like their current talent that was in Evolve, their showcase matches in those companies.
I mean, yeah.
Like Valtez in Progress, like stuff like that. So
I mean, yeah. But I think they're going to be doing more of the actual shows.
Oh, they will eventually, I think, but I think they just want to throw content up there first.
I think I'm trying to actually take a look, because I haven't seen it actually on here.
Zack Ryder says he's looking to prove his supporters right now that he's in AEW. Right about what? That you're a shitty worker?
Wow. Holy shit. You just want to just take it to him, don't you? WCW, ECW, territories. Smoky Mountain, Southpaw Regional Wrestling. The best promotion ever. Actually, I don't see any of it. I even see current ones, the ones that are like featuring Drew McIntyre when he was Drew Galloway here.
Right.
I actually don't see those. That's interesting. But yeah, so let's are we pretty much done with news and rumors? Anything else?
Almost. This goes back to the first one. That's actually turning around.
Okay.
Going full circle. Dave Mouse reported after weeks of contract negotiations, WWE or Rey Mysterio is ultimately going to stay with WWE, even though both sides have yet to still read. He was also reported that AEW came in and made an offer that equaled WWE's on a per match basis, but that overall WWE's offer is more lucrative because it included more dates. The length of the pending contract isn't known, either beyond the fact that it would be longer than the 18 months Mysterio signed for before, but shorter than the 5 years that WWE is attempting to give all wrestlers a sign for.
Well, that's kind of nerfed by the fact that his son's working for WWE, so obviously he's staying.
I wasn't finished.
Okay.
Mysterio's son Dominic, whose future plays a role in negotiations, makes his official debut later this month at SummerSlam, but he battles Seth Rollins. Mysterio remains off TV as he recovers from an eye injury for storyline purposes. That injury is played out as a way to protect the company in case Mysterio decides to resign. Of course he's going to resign because his son's there. He's going to return at SummerSlam and help his son beat Seth Rollins.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Is that Dominic would beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, take the kendo stick, call it the Kendo Stick Championship, and take it to Raw Underground.
No.
I legitimately can't wait till they take the 24/7 championship and turn it into the Raw Underground Championship.
They should do that. It'll give it some credibility other than roll up a death, 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 roll up a death.
Hey, some of the greatest champions of all time have held that belt, including a former 2-time NWA champion, who, by the way, has blown apart Raven's old record.
For the hardcore title?
Yeah, 41 championship reigns now that I'm aware of.
Who gives a fuck? Let's talk about these two shows.
Hey, no. We need to bury the shit out of Raven. Our truth is where it's at.
Come on, let's talk about these two shows.
You start.
Oh, you want to do the Great American Bash first?
Yeah.
Let me find my notes here. Got them. Okay, Night 1 was on July 1st. It opened with Sleazy's favorite match. Fatal 4-way elimination match for the number 1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship. Candice LeRae versus Tegan Nox versus Dakota Kai versus Mia Yim. Match went 20 minutes and 37 seconds. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
It was a good start to a show that was okay. I mean, 2.5 stars. I thought, once again, I'm not a huge fan of multi-person matches, but it did what it needed to do.
I give it 3. Candice getting eliminated first was a wrong decision. That left 2 faces and the heel now has to overcome the odds. Sleazy's going to hate this match because 2 in the ring, or 1 or 2 outside of the ring. At least they got the final 2 right between Nox and Kai. Something just fell off of this match, which I had for the whole show, both nights, and I'll get to it. I'm not sure what it was. Just a weirdly booked match. The 2-on-2 the 1-on-1 between Nox and Kai was good. That's essentially it.
Okay.
Oni Lorcan versus Timothy Thatcher. Match went 11 minutes 32 seconds. Fuck Dave Mouse, I gave it 3.5. I gave it 3 at a corner. Physical as fuck, European style match. Won't be for everyone, but it was solid.
I loved it. I really, really loved it. I thought it was a 4-star match.
Huh?
Yeah.
You overrating piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. Meltzer gave it what, 3.5, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. Whatever. I thought it was just a really fucking... It was a true British strong style match. And you're absolutely right. If you don't like British strong style, you're not going to like this match at all. But I thought it was a nice diversion away from the rest of the card, honestly.
Okay. Handicap match. If Rhea Ripley loses, she has to join Robert Stone's brand. So it's Rhea Ripley versus Ali and Robert Stone. Match with 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Meltzer gave it a star. I gave it a 1.5 stars. It was a comedy match. It was fun, but it wasn't meant to be this over 5-star classic.
Yeah.
It was fun for what it was.
I enjoyed it. You're absolutely right, though. It wasn't supposed to be anything other than a cool comedy match to bring down the crowd.
Strap match. Roderick Strong.
Strap match.
Roderick Strong versus Dexter Lumis. I wonder where he got that gimmick from. Match was 16 minutes. Meltzer gave it a 1.5 stars.
He got it from Sam Shaw.
I hate you. I gave it 2 stars.
You overrating piece of shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I thought the action was solid, but it was very underwhelming. Just wasn't entertaining to watch.
Okay,
like the last match was entertaining to watch, but it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be serious. This was supposed
to be serious, and Okay,
first and foremost, let's talk about strap matches as a gimmick in general. Most of the time, they're not done well because there's a sense of constriction in a strap match that's very apparent with wrestlers that are working, because sometimes you forget that you can't go down the ropes. You have to go up the ropes inside the ring, or when you go outside to the outside of the ring, you have to go right under the ropes. You know, there's a lot of things that as a professional wrestler is trained to do, and just almost like it's how would you say it? By instinct, you can't do, and it will absolutely physically hurt you. And I never liked them. I've never seen, well, I can tell you I've seen one that I liked. And that's a pretty obvious one. This was just god awful. I hated every second of this, and I felt like that nothing about this was redeeming. I gave it 1 star.
Okay. So the main event night one was Io Shirai versus...
No, wait. Io. Go on.
Don't steal my fucking gimmick.
I'm stealing it because I know you're going to do it.
Don't steal my fucking gimmick.
I'm stealing your fucking gimmick.
Fucking some overrated Asian versus... Sasha.
That got really pronounced.
Match went 14 minutes and a second. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 3 3/4.
Underrating piece of shit.
I think he's an overrating piece of shit.
Oh, here we go.
I gave it 3 1/4. It was a good match, but I thought it could have been way better than what it was. Like I said with the first match, something was missing from this card.
Was it fans?
Well, that obviously, but I think they made it. I don't know. I do not know what it was. I can't put my finger on why. And night 2 was the same way for me. Something was just meh about it. I don't know what it was.
Obviously, I was jacking off to this match. It was 4 stars for me. I loved it. But you're absolutely right. I think that this could have been way better. And I think part of it was the fans, but I also think that the show wasn't meant to originally be a pay-per-view quality show. So a lot of these matches were kind of thrown together at last minute. Because let's be honest here. I mean, Sasha was brought down to garner star power for the quote-unquote Great American Bash 2-night event. You know, that was the entire point of her coming down. But it felt like an episode of NXT. A good one, but just an episode of NXT.
Yeah. Just something was off.
Do you have the Meltzer ratings for night 1 of Fyter Fest?
Yes.
Okay, good. I have night 2s, but I don't have night 1s for some reason.
I have night 2s also.
Okay. So Fyter Fest.
Yes, we're going back and forth. We're comparing each show.
Yeah, so this was night 1 of Fyter Fest. It opens with Jurassic Express, which was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Marco Stunt was with them. They went against MJF and Wardlow. It went 11 minutes, 15 seconds. What did you rate it, and what did FDM rate it?
Mouse rated 4.25.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I give it 4 stars. Great match, but flawed. Why didn't Jungle Express get DQ'd when Marco Stunt interfered right in front of the ref? Typical AEW booking, but at least the match had great action.
It was... Okay. I'll give you my rating, and then I'm going to have to immediately justify it. 3 3/4 stars. But it did not hit the 4-star barrier. I don't think.
Oh.
I don't think so.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah,
You're only
I know.
a quarter star off.
Yeah,
oh
I know.
God, blah, blah,
I know.
blah.
Here we go. Suck it in, man. But I think the problem I have with is, fucking Meltzer being a dick sucker. Everyone knows that Jungle Boy is going to be a future star of the company. That's pretty obvious. Same with MJF. He's going to be a future star of the company. But this tag match was not as great as everyone claimed it was, I don't think. But it wasn't bad either. So, whatever. Next match was Hikaru Shida versus Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian. It was the singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. This went 11 minutes and 28 seconds. I thought this was
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
There's an Asian in it, so it's at least 4 stars.
I was going to go 4.5, but because you said that, 5. No, it was a 3-star match. And don't get me wrong, for who Penelope is, and obviously Hikaru being in this, it could have, it went as well as it could have.
You just ruined my fucking joke.
Uh-oh.
Because I give it 4 stars.
Really? What the fuck?
Another great match. She'd have pretty much let Penelope set up the lethal injection that looked off, but still really good. I think it's Penelope Ford's best match that I've ever seen. She'd have carried her to a 4-star match. And I'm wrong, though. So
Meltzer gave it 4 as well? Wow. Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say. Cody Runnels with Arn Anderson.
I thought you were doing the Meltzer thing where he said Cody, but Cody's dick was in his mouth, so he's like, Cody.
No,
Cody,
Rhodes with Arn Anderson versus Jake Hager with his beautiful, lovely wife, Catalina Hager. This was a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. We didn't talk about that in News and Rumors. They did finally get it re-bronzed? Re-nickel-plated? Whatever you want to call it.
And I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. Ironically enough, because
The
it's
name's
now,
still stupid, but
Yeah.
I think the belt looks good.
I think that having the yellow and the red contrasting it works perfectly with, obviously, TNT's obviously color is red and yellow, but I think it also contrasts well on TV. It's really nice.
The old television championship also was red and yellow.
Was it?
Yes.
I did not remember that.
Old in the early 80s.
Like WCW? NWA?
Yep.
Okay. This one, a hair under 15 minutes. Okay, so Meltzer has been giving 4-star matches to 3-star matches. So I assume he rated this 3.5 stars because it really was a 2.5-star match.
Okay, so Meltzer's first match was 4.25.
Okay.
The women's match is 4. He gave this 4 stars.
Oh, God damn it.
My notes. It was an okay match for a house show.
Thank you.
What was the point of Dustin interfering if he didn't do anything?
It made no sense at all.
Not as badly booked as past Cody Rhodes matches, but still doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's once again Cody.
It didn't hold my attention at all.
Well, there was no point to it. Part of the gimmick with Cody.
Wait, hold on. Cody Rhodes matches not having a point to it?
Yeah, I know. What we were doing the whole I'm going to fight everybody every week, blah 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 blah. He's now beaten Jake Hager. He's beaten he beat Brody Lee. What a fucking bullshit thing this is.
So wait, I thought Cody was turning heel.
Yeah, but he's beaten Jake Hager and Brody Lee.
But I thought he beat Brody Lee recently, right?
Relatively recently. I think it was like a week or two.
So I thought he was turning heel where he's being more aggressive. So he really does hate transgender people. I guess.
Oh, God
From
damn.
the last show, am I wrong now?
No.
He's more aggressive versus a transgender person than not versus a regular person? A regular man? Cody hates transgender people. At me, bros. Don't care.
I love it. Well, I was just gonna make the joke of, well, Brody Lee lost the main title. He lost the secondary title. What's he gonna do? Challenge for the tag straps and lose next?
Isn't he actually challenging for the tag straps at All Out?
Yeah, there you go. I didn't even know.
I think he is. No, 100%. I think that's the tag title match.
Oh, God. And he's going to lose that, and I'm going to laugh my fucking ass off. It's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. And the best part is that you have one of the better tag teams in Stu and Uno. And yet, Brody's a part of the tag match?
Oh, no. The only one match has been announced for the world title match.
Which
Moxley versus MJF.
Oh, yeah. The whole MJF for champion.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, Speaking of pretty decent tag team matches, Private Party versus the Inner Circle, Santana Ortiz, and obviously Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. It's a tag team match. Went 11 minutes, 23 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it
3.5.
Uh-oh. I gave it 3.5.
You overrating pieces of fucking shit.
No, I like this.
Notes. It was an okay match for a house show. Nothing noteworthy or special at all about it. Just average, solid action.
Okay. I can't defend it. I mean, I liked the match. I don't disagree with your notes, but I thought it was better than some of the other matches on the card. So.
Yeah.
Let's get to the main event. which was also a tag team match. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I watched these after I watched Dominion, so I'm sick and tired of fucking tag team matches right now.
Yo, dog. I heard you like tag team matches, so let's give you more tag team matches. Kenny Omega and Adam Page, who I refer to as the Omega Men?
Dick Suckers 2020? Dick Suckers 2020.
Brokeback Mountain?
Okay. Brokeback Mountain. Okay.
Versus the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent. Went 15 minutes, 39 seconds. It was the main event for night one. Can I just sit here and say I love Chuck Taylor and just move on?
Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 3 3/4 stars.
Overrating piece of shit. It was an okay match for a house show.
Started slow but finished strong. Good match, but still could have been better. 3 stars.
Yeah, I love Chuck Taylor. I love the Best Friends gimmick. Was not into this match. I liked the Private Party match better.
No.
I did.
No.
Well, you can say no. I still liked it better.
No.
Okay, so which one was the better show, sir? You have to say it.
AEW was the better show.
By far. Even though I will
Even the booking was fucking terrible. It still had the better action. AEW.
NXT's first night it reeked of a show that was thrown together. This at least had some sort of premise behind it, I want to say.
Because WWE rushed to counter program for this while AEW was building to this.
Exactly. Oh, so absolutely 100%.
That's why.
And I don't want to be the guy that's why they got beat. Ha 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 ha. No, it doesn't matter who beat who. We're just saying objectively which night it was better this time. It doesn't matter that, night one of AEW is better, so therefore they are the better programming on Wednesday night, and you should never watch NXT ever again, you fucking marks. Sometimes shows are better than others, and this time AEW is better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go to Great American Bash Night 2. It started with a street fight between Candice LeRae and Mia Yim. Match went 15 minutes and 51 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 2 1/4.
What?
Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
I really enjoyed this. This was 3 stars. Candice LeRae really... Even though she lost, it put Mia Yim in really great position. I thought Candice did a great job getting Mia over, even though she lost.
I liked it. Well, it didn't reinvent the street fight. I thought it was solid. And I loved the ending where they did that spot on the chairs and both people sold it. Unlike, people who do chair spots where they both land on the chairs and the guy doing the offense doesn't sell it. At least both of them sold it. It's rare to see. Really liked it. I also gave it 3 stars.
Are you trying to say that Candice LeRae and Mia Yim are good professional wrestlers?
I'm saying Candice LeRae is.
Wow, really?
Mia Yim's okay. She's okay. But you said it. Candice LeRae, you said it, but nicely. Candice LeRae made Mia Yim look better.
Oh, you're damn right she did.
So
I'm not saying that there isn't a gap of skill between the two. I'm just saying Mia Yim's a little bit higher than what you're putting in there.
Okay.
I think the gap is smaller than you think the gap is.
So Tony Nese versus Bronson Reed. The match went 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 1 3/4. And I literally did not put any notes down. or my star rating. I forgot. I forgot
Well
to do
done.
it.
I gave it a 1.5 stars because it was just an extended squash, I guess. You know,
You know what? I think that's what I remember the match, but I 1.25. Sure,
Yeah.
it was an extended squash, to be honest. Okay, since
Whatever.
I forgot my notebook for that part, I have another piece of paper for the rest.
Sweet.
Okay, and that's where I ended it, and I watched the rest of it this morning.
Cool. So you started off well.
Johnny Gargano versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. Match went 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 3.5.
Underrating piece of shit. Are we going to sit here and listen to you shit on Johnny Gargano and Shane Strickland?
Highly disappointed.
Really?
Just wasn't into it. It felt super choreographed. Too much waiting around for spots. Too much waiting around setting up for spots. It seemed like they both weren't on the same page. And like I said, it seemed super choreographed. It was an okay match for a house show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love this match. This was really nice. It was spotty, yeah, but
It wasn't. I wouldn't even call it spotty. Like I use choreographed for a reason because it just seemed like it was super rehearsed, and you can tell. And but when they rehearsed it, it was good. But it seemed like Strickland was like a step slower than what he should have been. So it seemed like everything was off to me.
Which is interesting. Usually it's the other way around because Shane's usually so fast.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. Wow. Said the man who's wearing a Johnny Gargano shirt, by the way.
I got Fright Train on. You don't want to stop on a track where a Fright Train comes through.
Is that the greatest promo ever?
Yeah. $5 wrestling.
I still need to get a hold of him.
Yes.
I still need to get a hold of him, and we're definitely doing that interview.
Okay, I was waiting for you, but
I was waiting for you to go, yo, dog.
Oh, fuck you. Drake Maverick and Breezango versus La Guerta del Fantasma.
Sure. LIJ in NXT.
LDF. Match with 10 minutes and 38 seconds. Fuck, Dave Monster gave it 2.25.
2 stars.
Yeah, same. Okay match that.
But let's what I want to talk about more about the match, or not even about the match, but more about Drake Maverick. How much of a slap to the face was it for the other talent to have Drake Maverick come back?
The other talent got released.
Yeah.
They'll be okay.
I'm not saying they won't be okay. I'm just saying that if you're going to sit there and basically can a bunch of people because of this, and you turn his firing into a fucking work, the fella, and we're assuming it was a work. It may not have been a work, which would make it even worse, in my opinion. But really, wow. Ew. But of all the people to keep from that,
You don't want to think they did, because he did tape that first round match of the Cruiserweight tournament.
yeah.
I think they were like, whoops. And it aired after he got released. So they're like, whoops. So then they turned that into an angle, but then they kept going with it.
Okay.
So I think he really did get fired. Then they're like, oh shit. So I don't think it's a slap in the face. I think just
You got lucky.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, 2 stars. Like, meh is right. Okay. Mercedes Martinez versus...
Wait. Former 2CW alum, Mercedes Martinez. Go ahead. I should have said that for Johnny Gargano, but I didn't. I don't know why.
Versus Santana Garrett. Squash match. 2 minutes.
1 star. Get the fuck out of here.
We all agree.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Winner take all for the North American and NXT championships. Adam Cole, the NXT champion, versus Keith Lee, the North American champion. Match went 19 minutes and 55 seconds. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave this 4 1/4.
Underrating piece of shit. Oh, here we go with, I was disappointed. It wasn't as good as it should have been. I have a dick stuffed up my ass.
Another match that I was hugely disappointing in.
Okay, here we go.
Don't know. Match was good, but something was missing, like the whole show. 3 1/4?
Wow. I gave this 4.5.
I don't know.
I loved it. And I knew who was going to win beforehand because I accidentally fell upon the fucking spoiler. It was good enough that I could enjoy it despite knowing who won. And that is very rare for me.
I don't know, man. There was something about these 2 nights that maybe it was the Full Sail crowd. Like, they just weren't there. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, something was missing from those 2 nights. And everything fell flat for me.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know.
And I'm going to say it right now. I mean, a lot of these shows in general have been not as good, mainly because you're expecting that huge pop. You're expecting the huge moment. You're expecting all this stuff, and it's not there.
And by the way, I think the wrong person won.
Really? You don't think Keith Lee should have gone over?
Mm-mm.
You think he wasn't ready, or do you think...
I think it was bad. I want to say bad timing, but like you said, these cars were rushed together. They could have built it up for TakeOver 30.
Honestly, I think they're trying to... This is going to sound strange, but I think they're trying to turn Undisputed Era face. And you can't do that with Adam Cole being the shitty heel champion.
And I'm not liking what they're doing with Adam Cole.
I 100% agree there too. But.
So you have the longest reigning NXT champion, and his feud after losing that title is with a no talent piece of shit talk show host, former ex NFL kicker.
Yeah, because when I think
what
I had to have this explained to me on what are they called? Sorry, Kayfabe Report. By the way, before I continue, I just want to throw their names out there. Kayfabe Report, relatively new show. They did an episode recently. I was on there for their SummerSlam review, and they did a bunch of news and rumors and stuff like that. And I had to have them explain who Pat McAfee was to me because I had no idea who the fuck he is.
He used to be an NFL kicker.
Wasn't he like a punter or something?
Or a punter, yeah, whatever.
Not even a fucking kicker.
So, yeah, I
still don't know who the fuck he is. I mean, really, this is... I don't get the angle, number one. I watched the show that this all went down, quote unquote, and everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people thought it was a shoot. I'm like, are you guys fucking dumb? I mean, really? Seriously? You thought this was a fucking shoot? And third, why are we doing... I know why we're doing it. Obviously, when you can bring talent in from the outside, that will bring other crowds in.
Right, because it started on CBS Radio.
Yeah.
Triple H challenged McAfee on behalf of Cole on ESPN. I get it.
I get why they're doing it, and this hasn't been the first time they've done this, even this year. So,
but I hate it.
Yeah,
I absolutely hate it.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
And to talk about Keith Lee, I think he should be champion. I think they should have done it in a bigger way, at a bigger show.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that was another thing. But also, I had fucking, the internet say, oh, the only reason Keith Lee won is because of the Black Lives Matter movement. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That was absolutely bullshit, because look at the title holders right now. Even if you ignore Keith Lee's reign, look at who the title holders are.
Sasha. Yeah, but then you have... Who's he?
Apollo Crews is the U.S. champion.
I was going to say, who the hell's the U.S. champ?
Well,
Apollo Crews.
Right now, it's Apollo Crews. It probably will be MVP afterwards. No matter what, it's not going to be a white person holding it.
Well, the Universal Champion's white, the WWE Champion's white, the Intercontinental Champion's white.
The tag champs, the Raw tag champs are black. And until some shifty Asian beat the New Day, the other tag titles are black.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's stupid.
It is stupid. It really is.
Okay, let's go to...
This was not the time to say it's because of Black Lives Matter. There have been many other times in WWE's history where it's very obvious that it's being whitewashed. I get that. But this was not the time for that.
Right. Okay, let's go to Fyter Fest Night 2.
Okay. Let me bring it back up. God damn it. I keep fucking God fucking damn it. Okay.
Well, stop looking at hermaphroditic porn.
For the last time, it was good shit, pal. No? I don't get that at all. Okay, let's start with Brokeback Mountain versus Private Party, which now is really too on the nose now. They curtain jerked. They main evented the last show, and then they curtain jerked the second show. Tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Went 11 minutes, 32 seconds. It's interesting because most of the times for both shows was pretty much 11:30 with very few deviations from that. Once again, I mean, it was maybe I just like Private Party. I don't know, but I really enjoyed this match. I gave it 4 stars.
You're wrong.
Oh, really? So it's really a 3-star match then?
3.5.
Okay, well.
Really good match. Spot fest, but what else is new? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of Private Party. Really it is.
Yep.
Second match was Lance Archer with Jake Roberts versus Joey Janela with Sonny Kiss. 11 minutes, 17 seconds. Okay. Am I the only one that thinks that Lance Archer does not belong in AEW?
They nerfed him from night 1.
Yeah.
They nerfed him when he lost when Cody no-sold his finisher 5 seconds into a match.
That's true, yeah. That's very, very true. I think his gimmick doesn't work in AEW. I think it was way better in New Japan simply because...
It was different.
Well, not only was it different, but it was legitimately scary for the Japanese people. Like, there was legitimately people freaking out in the audience when he came out. So it worked. This doesn't work at all, mainly because, first of all, there's no fans. But even if they're going to go out towards the quote-unquote fans, it's like he's just beating the shit out of other workers. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his gimmick doesn't work. And having, you know, Jake Roberts in his corner to be that mouthpiece is still not doing it for me. As much as I love Jake and I love how he cuts promos, I love everything about Jake in terms of wrestling, it's not working for me with Lance.
What do you say? It's a warm bowl of water.
Yeah, it really is. 2.5 stars for me.
You overrating piece of shit.
Oh, really?
I gave it 2.
And
Meltzer gave it 3 3/4.
because of course he did. Because he heard the word New Japan.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I'm trying to read my handwriting. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can't just put someone right through a table right in front of the referee, not get DQ'd and win the match. Cool.
Sure,
Cool.
why not?
Cool.
Yo, dog.
Fuck you.
I heard you like tag team matches. So let's do an 8-man tag. Butcher and the Blade, Lucha Brothers, versus FTR, The Revival, and the Young Bucks. This went 16 minutes, 27 seconds. God damn, this was good. God damn it. I think this was the best match out of the entire 2 shows.
Really?
Yes.
I 100% agree with you.
Okay. Good.
I also gave it 4 3/4.
Oh, wow. So I'm wrong.
I gave it 4.5.
Yeah, I gave it 4 3/4 as well.
The refs care who the legal man is, but you can use tables in the previous match?
Yeah, whatever. It depends on the match.
Jesus Christ. Besides that, awesome fucking match.
Yeah. It was absolutely phenomenal. And obvious, look at the fucking talent in there.
Right.
I mean, legitimately, you have the Butcher and Blade, which are amazing, but
The sirens going off here in Phelps.
oh, nice, very nice. Here's the funny part: the Butcher and the Blade are amazing tag team, and they were probably the least amazing tag team in this match.
Right.
So what does that tell you? And obviously, it was fucking phenomenal. Let's go to the squash match. Nyla Rose beats 2 random people. It was a squash match. It's a 2-minute squash match.
Dud.
Yeah. What did Meltzer rate it or no?
1 star.
You fucking piece of shit. Yo, dog.
Oh my God.
I heard you like tag matches, so here's another 6-man tag. Colt Cabana and the Dark Order. What? The Dark Order, which is Brody Lee and Stu Grayson. Where's Uno? Versus
He was on the ramp in a suit.
yeah, but why isn't he working? Question mark. Anywho, versus SoCal Uncensored, all 3 members, obviously. It was okay. It was 2.5 stars, but I was considering SoCal Uncensored was in this. I was not a huge fan of the match.
Let's see. You had SoCal Uncensored, Brody Lee, and a former and multiple-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Colt Cabana, and it was an okay match for a house show.
I just want to point out multiple time NWA. The fuck you.
3 stars.
Fuck you, Dave Meltzer. Okay, multiple time NWA champions mean nothing unless you're R-Truth.
Just R-Truth.
Just R-Truth. Okay. Nobody else matters.
Okay.
And Adam Pearce.
The NWA World Champion when it didn't mean jack shit.
I mean, yeah. 7 levels of hell.
That awkward moment when Jeff Jarrett made the NWA title relevant again.
That's problematic.
And it was 7 levels of hate.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
which
you have, don't you?
Somewhere. I'm thinking about rewatching. That is fucking phenomenal. Anybody, I'm plugging it, needs to watch that.
I think
or needs to buy it off Amazon or somewhere. Because I bought mine directly from, literally, got it from Adam Pearce. He handed it to me. It has all 7 matches in their series, and there's a documentary about it. It's fucking phenomenal. Go find it.
You can actually get it on, well, I say that, and it's currently unavailable. I was going to say it's on Amazon, but it isn't. You may have to reach out to Adam. Although it might be an ROH. Even though it is truly an NWA thing, I think it was an ROH production. I don't know why I thought. I don't know why I think it is, but because it wasn't actually in. I'll look it up for you guys. Oh wait, is this it? Ooh, that is not it. Oh my goodness. So there's a 7levelsofhate.com. Don't click on that. Well, I'll click on that because I know what's on there. And oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm in. Bunch of Asian beauty care products. And it's all in Japanese. Which is amazing. But anywho, try and find that DVD. It's really, really good. Main event. Jericho, Orange Cassidy. 18 minutes. That good, huh? Okay, let's start with Meltzer's rating.
4.25.
Too much. It was a 3-star match. Let's just throw it out there. I loved Orange Cassidy. I feel like usually Chris Jericho can do no wrong. It was an okay match. It was nowhere near the level of the 8-man on this card. It was nowhere near Keith Lee and Adam Cole.
So I'm wrong.
Okay.
What is with the referees not calling for DQs on this fucking show?
It's AEW. That's what they do.
This match shows just how, I don't know how many times I gotta say this. This match shows just how awesome of a performer Orange Cassidy truly is. He may be a comedy wrestler, but he could fucking go in the ring, and he looked awesome in the loss. I thought the match was great.
Really? Oh, okay. I'm shocked because I wasn't that a huge fan of this. I really wasn't.
Why?
I don't think. Oh, this is going to sound so bad, and honestly, I don't care. It wasn't a main event level match. It really wasn't. It was a cool match. It was cool to have those two guys work. I thought they did a decent job, but it wasn't a, oh my God, this was amazing kind of match that obviously you and Meltzer agree on.
I didn't say it was amazing. I said it was great.
Okay, great match. You're rating it up on par with basically most everything else on NXT Night 2. In fact, I think you rated over every match on Night 2, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I disagree on that. And I believe there was at least 2 matches on Night 2 that were better. So.
Well, you're wrong. So, as always. So that's it. And out of the 2 nights, I think AEW took it again.
Yeah. Oh, by far. I mean, that the 8-man tag just solidifies that. There is nothing anywhere else on either 2 nights in any place else that was better than the 8-man tag. There really wasn't.
Nope.
And it just goes to show you how much effort they've put into their tag team roster, to the point where it might be a problem down the line. Because I can easily see a lot of tag teams kind of get pushed aside because they keep bringing new ones over and over and over again. Because we have all these tag teams, and potentially we have the North coming in. And then potentially we might have, I don't know, we've already got Zack Ryder.
Well, oh, fuck you. Well, they did say that they did want to focus on the tag team divisions, that they could main event pay-per-views for their tag team division. So,
But they've
at the
already
same
have.
time, not pay-per-views.
Wasn't the ladder match.
That wasn't the main event.
It wasn't?
Nope.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Because
What? That was on All Out last year?
yeah. Oh no, wait, yeah, that was, what was that? That was Mox winning, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so.
I have to go look.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, Moxley had to pull out that year because he had a MRSA infection.
Jericho and Page.
Yeah,
Oh, duh, because they crowned the first ever fucking AEW champion.
yeah. So, I mean, I can't believe that there was no tag match. Well, I mean, technically the 5-on-5 match was the main event. That was a tag match.
What?
The Stadium Stampede match.
Oh, fuck you.
I mean, it was. I know you don't want to hear that, but
All right, let's talk about 2 shows that are coming up. That will take us about a month and a half to review. We'll explain why at the end of the show.
yeah.
Let's talk about NXT Takeover Porno. Porno.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is porno.
So 4
Takeover.
matches. It's going.
I
to,
knew it, motherfucker.
And it's going to be what?
The Bucks and Cody and Dustin Rhodes did main event.
A
Fight for the Fallen.
pay-per-view.
It was still technically a pay-per-view.
No, it wasn't.
It was too.
It was not. This is before they had weeklies. Doesn't count.
What? How does that
Doesn't
fuck?
count. That's like saying fucking what the fuck's that? I just watched it. Fucking the first TNA fucking show was main evented by a midget.
It
Because
was.
since it wasn't. But say since it was on, since you had to pay for it, therefore it's pay-per-view.
That's
No,
the entire reason why it's called a pay-per-view. You're
I know,
paying
but it's
per
not-
the view. No. We're not
It's
going
not
to
a
let. No,
pay-per-view.
fuck you. Go fuck yourself, because you're going to sit here and say it wasn't a pay-per-view when the exact reason why it's called a pay-per-view is because you pay per view. Lawyered motherfucker. I am not going to let you get away with that.
Yes, you are.
But absolutely not. You admit
know why?
it. You admit
why?
it. You admit it. You admit it.
No.
You admit it.
No.
You admit it. You admit it. You admit it. You admit it. Lawyered motherfucker.
No,
Yeah.
no. Ladder match for the Vega NXT North American Championship. Bronson Reed versus Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes versus either Johnny Gargano or Ridge Holland versus either Finn Balor or Velveteen Dream.
I thought Gargano won.
With his neck injury, maybe not.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I'm thinking it's going to be Holland and Velveteen because I think they're going to have Gargano and Finn face each other because they've been kind of feuding.
Okay. Yeah.
So who's going to win vacant North American Championship?
They've been pushing Bronson Reed pretty heavily. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bronson wins it. I think the title is above Dream, honestly.
Right.
And I think it's above Finn, so I don't think either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely above Gargano.
I'm going Damian Priest.
Priest is not a bad play either. I think he would be a good up. I don't want to say up and comer, but like it's a good stepping stone for him. But I think that Bronson Reed needs it more because I think Damian's done a great job with putting himself over as a credible top tier guy in NXT, whereas Bronson really hasn't.
I'm not even thinking about Bronson Reed, dude. Maybe Cameron Grimes.
I think Cameron Grimes is too much of a shit heel.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, now that you say that, maybe so.
Trevor Lee is doing some of his best work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My thing is though that my concern is chicken shit heel doesn't really work in elevating a title that really needs to be elevated right now. Because you're basically Keith Lee just, I
don't want it.
He gave it to Canyon. Okay, let's be honest here. That's what it feels like, and especially considering we've had. It's even worse if you look at it from the fact that we've had multiple people that have been double champions lately. To have Keith Lee give up the North American title like that was kind of a, really? You don't think you can cover both of them for a little bit? Okay. So, but in the same breath, I think that's why they had Adam Cole drop it to Keith so they could have this ladder match main event TakeOver 30.
It's not going to main event it.
I think it's going to.
It's going to open it.
I absolutely disagree with that.
Speaking of Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee, Adam Cole better fucking win.
Dollar on the ladder match ending the show.
Okay.
I
agree. Ending the show.
Okay. If it doesn't end the show, I'm out. But I think it's going to end the show.
Singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai defends against Dakota Kai. Io Shirai.
No.
What?
No, I think Dakota Kai is going to win. And I have a reason for saying that. I think that
they're moving Io up.
Yeah. I think they're going to intersperse her with the tag titles. And I think that Asuka's going to basically have all the titles.
Fucking Mark.
Yes, I know. It's an absolutely Mark thing to say. But
what a fucking
I know.
Mark.
But don't forget that legitimately Io and her sister Mio and Asuka were part of a huge thing. So
and then NXT Championship, Keith Lee defends against Killer Cross.
That's not going to main event. It's absolutely not going to main event. Mainly because it's going to be a bullshit ending. I guarantee you that match ends in DQ.
You know what I was thinking?
What's that?
I was kind of thinking the same thing, to be honest.
You know what?
It's either going to end in a DQ or Cross is winning the title.
Yeah, I don't think Keith's winning here. I don't think Keith Lee. Wow. I don't think Keith Lee is losing the championship, but I don't think he's going to win one way or another. And here's the other thing about this, and this is kind of laughably brought up, and I'm throwing that out there. Having Killer Cross beat the shit out of Keith Lee, get DQ'd for it, and just keep beating the shit out of him. And he leaves the ring. And Heavy Machinery's music plays. And Otis cashes in. And becomes NXT champion.
Fucking Mark.
It's literally the only championship he can win.
Fucking Mark. Let's go to SummerSlam where they've announced 8 matches. And they're all, 6 of them were title matches. Hair versus hair match. Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville.
With all due respect to both performers, I don't give a fuck about this match.
Mandy's winning.
Yeah, of course she is.
Street fight. Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. Already picked Rey Mysterio is going to come back and help his son beat Seth Rollins.
I think Seth's going to win, and then the comeuppance comes afterwards.
Okay. U.S. title match. Apollo Crews versus MVP.
Apollo's winning.
Yep.
This is going to be an easy review or preview.
Raw Tag Team titles. The Street Profits versus Latin Flair and Angel Garza.
I think it's time for LIJ main roster to win. I really do.
I actually agree. So,
with all due respect to Dawkins and Ford, they're not the type of tag team that needs the titles. They're not necessarily a comedy act per se, but they are definitely a how should I put this? They're the type of tag team that are very versatile, and they don't need titles to be that versatile.
Gotcha. SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley versus Asuka.
Asuka wins, obviously.
Asuka's winning. Well, she's also facing my girl, Sasha. Asuka's winning one of those titles.
No, she's not. She's winning both of them. And next week, when Backlash happens, she's challenging.
They already had Backlash, you idiot.
Or not Backlash. What is it? Judgment Day? Whatever the show is, literally the week after fucking SummerSlam. Payback, thank you. Whatever happens, a week later, the tag titles are on the line, and they're going to be on the line against Asuka and Io Shirai, and they're going to win that too. And it would have been, here's the thing, I think if Kyrie resigned, it wouldn't have been Asuka on both of them. They would have won the tag titles and the singles belts, respectively.
I don't think it'd be Asuka on both of them. I think it would have been Asuka on one, Io,
yes.
Not Io, I'm sorry.
Kyrie
on the other.
Yep, and then they win the tag titles the next week. Yep. That's what I think was going to happen. But because she didn't resign, good for her, but sad for me, whatever. You got to do something different, and what better thing than to have both belts on the greatest female wrestler of our generation. And no, I'm not saying fucking Charlotte Flair.
Fucking Mark.
Okay, name somebody who's done more in WWE wrestling that's female.
Charlotte Flair.
No. She hasn't won. She hasn't won Money in the Bank. She hasn't won.
She's main event at WrestleMania. There. Done.
So is other people.
Yeah, but who hasn't?
Asuka yet.
Lawyered. No, you're lawyered. No, you can't say lawyer. Shut the fuck up. Okay, so what I think
First of all, shut the fuck up because she hasn't won Money in the Bank.
Doesn't matter.
She hasn't won the tag titles.
Neither has... Oh, wait, yes, she has.
Yes, she has. Are you fucking dumb?
Yes. But no, this is what I think is going to happen. it depends on which match goes first. Either I think Asuka is winning one title.
I don't think so. Here's how I think it's going to happen.
Well, shut up and let me explain what I think is going to happen first.
Okay.
It depends on which match goes first. Either so if it's Bayley versus Asuka, I think Asuka or not Bayley versus Asuka. I'm sorry. Bayley versus Asuka. Oh, God damn it, Cat. Come here. You almost fell. You okay? Idiot. Fucking dumbass. Say Bayley and Asuka go on first.
Yeah.
Sasha's going to come down, help Bayley, or cost Bayley the title.
Yeah.
Inadvertently. Because they've been interfering in other matches.
Right.
No, sorry, I did that wrong. Sasha's going to come down and help Bayley win. And in the second match, Bayley's going to try to come down and help Sasha win, but that inadvertently happens and Asuka wins that title. Or vice versa, you know what I mean?
Yes.
They're finally going to break up Sasha and Bayley and whoever against whoever's the Raw women at Payback, and they're going to lose the tag team titles.
I think you were absolutely right the very first thing you said. They're both going to cost each other the other's respective titles accidentally.
Oh, that can happen too.
But that means that Asuka becomes double champion.
I think one of them is going to keep their title though, so that they're going to feud with each other over a title.
Okay, I don't.
That's why.
Honestly, I don't think it needs it.
It doesn't. It 100% does it, but I think the story, surprisingly, I know you're going to shit on this. I think Sasha and Bayley's been the fucking MVP of this whole fucking quarantine so far. Yeah, I know you hate. I know they've been the most entertaining thing on all the shows.
I will say that. I will say it's top 3 with Asuka. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I with all due respect to Asuka and Kairi, Sasha and Bayley have been doing amazing work here. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to shit on any of them. And, Sasha's been doing great stuff in all 3 spots too. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's been working her ass off with Nikki and, oh my God, I completely blanked on her name, Alexa Bliss. And,
Alexa.
I wonder why I blanked. But I mean, she's been working, wonders all across all 3 brands. She had a great match with Io. There's a reason why her and Io faced off. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do believe that that's where they're going with this. And I think that the unfortunate reality will probably be that the tag title match won't be as good because they'll be more focused on the breakup of Bayley and Sasha with them winning the titles as a side, really. But whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, Asuka 3 belts will be a thing.
It's possible. I think Bayley and Sasha's story's strong enough where they don't need the title, but I think they're just going to feud over the title. So that's why Asuka's walking away with, I think, at least one title. At least one. Universal Championship, Braun Strowman defends against The Fiend.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't either.
I really don't. This is so stupid. That's something we didn't talk about at all during News and Rumors. People who watched this last week's SmackDown realized that it was TV-14. And of course, that means, oh my God, the end of the PG era has happened. No, it hasn't. First of all, the very likely reason why the TV-14 thing happened was there was a depiction of male-on-female violence. Because
shut up, Cat.
Because technically, Braun did slam Alexa.
Yes, people are stupid. It's the internet. They overreact all the fucking time.
Of course they do. I just wanted to get it out there just to say, really, you fucking marks?
And also, to further nuke the Fiend character, Strowman wins.
Yeah. Because when it matters, he doesn't win anything.
Shut up! He's just sitting at the door. Everyone outside for a cigarette. He's just like, meow, meow.
He's lonely.
Shut the fuck up.
He's lonely. He's so lonely.
All right. WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre defends against Randy Orton.
Okay.
I'm just okay.
I mean, Orton wins, LOL.
I agree.
I mean, there's no reason. People have been shitting on Drew McIntyre. Okay, I absolutely disagree on the fact that people think ratings are down because of him.
They're not.
They're not. That being said, there's a better story in people chasing Orton for the title.
Yes.
And that's all I have to say about it.
I also do believe that because ratings are down, Vince will think it's about Drew McIntyre. Let's put it on a guy Vince likes on Orton to help see if that boosts up ratings.
Yeah.
So, there. And that's SummerSlam. The Intercontinental title will probably be on the pre-show because that's where AJ Styles belongs, apparently.
Isn't it time for him to face Sami Zayn?
Haha.
No.
That's it. So, we mentioned it a couple times. This will be our last show for a bit of time.
I'm saying at least 6 weeks.
For a few reasons. One, Sleazy has to go back into rehab first from after he did a porn collection.
Yes.
An addiction. Or AKA, he's moving again.
Yeah, I'm moving again.
So he's got to pack up all the equipment and shit. Reason two is I've been going through some house stuff on myself.
Mm-hmm. Not COVID related.
Not COVID related. So, yes, I could sit down and watch wrestling and talk, but I'm going to try to get myself right first. So that's going to take a bit of time. So next show, we'll review probably NXT, SummerSlam, Payback, All Out.
Jesus Christ.
Probably the September WWE show.
Whenever that's going to be.
So we're thinking probably beginning to mid-October.
Yeah.
Will be our next show coming out. Yeah.
It'll be nice to have a little bit of a break anyway. I know we kind of trailed off for a little bit during the COVID crisis, but we really need to take a step away from the show anyway. Just to get our bearings, because
right.
We've been doing this for years and years and years, and sometimes you just need to just step away from stuff for a little bit, just to get your head straight. I mean, for me personally, the whole speaking out thing fucked me up pretty hard. These shows have been fucking me up pretty hard, because every single time we watch a show, it's a very acute reminder of what's still going on, and. With all due respect to guys like Moose, who's running a show this Saturday. I can't believe he decided to run a show the same day as TakeOver, but whatever. And other guys running shows here, there, and everywhere that I'm not so sure is going to be the safest thing to do, especially currently right now, but whatever. They're still not going to be as good or as... I don't want to say is real, but there's certainly an authenticity that's missing with a lot of these shows. And I feel like that if we take a break and just walk away from it for a little bit and come back with fresh eyes, hopefully we'll be a little bit less bitter pieces of shit, especially me. But
yeah.
So I do want to give a huge thanks, and I don't think we actually said this. But I do want to give a huge thanks out to Matt Johnson and the BIC BP network for running WNY PodCon 2020. We did our show, the premiere of our show. I ended up doing trivia that night. Wasn't a huge hit, but I think partly because people were just burned out by 6 p.m. To do that kind of stuff, but whatever. But the point is that he put a lot of time and effort to get this all digitally done. And a huge thanks to him and to everyone out there. They're a great group of guys because we haven't said that in a long time. But check out the BIC BP network. Obviously, check out the Gear Network. JC Money was on the docket. It was a really great episode with Chris Gilo. So if you like professional wrestling and hilarious stories about Brutus the Barber Beefcake and whatnot, it was absolutely a joy to listen to. Check it out. It's still on the JC Money show Facebook page. And once again, gearnetwork.com, we're part of them. They've allowed us to do what we do, what we love to do here. Social media, facebook.com/SleazyFatman, Twitter and Instagram at SleazyFatman. I'm at TWS on Twitter. Fatman is at TWS Fatman. I'm trying more and more to try and post on Instagram. We'll see how that goes. I've already posted twice and it failed since.
All right, we'll see you guys in October.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much for supporting us, obviously through the years. And as always, for Sleazy,
for the Fat Man,
this is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.